Well, welcome everyone to the counselor update for Montana counselors. This is officially our day 2 of this event and the first time we have had a day 2 for the counselor update. We have done the counselor update for many, many years, probably close to 30 years in Montana every fall. The counselors in Montana come together along with the Montana colleges and many state agencies and share updates on what's new for the year. And this is the first time that we have been able to extend it out to out-of-state colleges, other training programs, military branches, all of you who are here today. This is special and new. So one positive side of this new virtual world is we've been able to extend it out further. So really excited to have you here today. We were able to connect up with a lot of the counselors yesterday and did a lot of Montana updates yesterday. So great job, counselors, for being there yesterday, and a wonderful round of applause to all the presenters who presented yesterday as well. But excited to carry over to day 2 for the first time ever with all of you. With that, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Amy Leary. I am the Executive Director of the Montana Post-Secondary Educational Opportunities Council, and I am going to be your host for today and going to walk you through a few reminders as we get started, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So let's take a look at a few just overall plans of what the day is going to look like. So let's take a look. I got to get out of admitting people into the session. So first off, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to be here. I know how incredibly busy you are, and counselors, big shout out to you for sticking around for day 2 of this and coming back. Really excited for this. And also I want to spend an extra minute sharing a special thanks to each of you presenters who are here with us today and taking this leap with us as well. We're really excited to be able to share these updates with students. So thanks everyone for being here and for all the good work you're doing in this unique time we're in. I also want to thank our partners who have come together to make today happen. We couldn't fund or offer this event without these partners. And so I specifically want to thank Gear Up, the Montana University System, the Office of Public Instruction, Reach Higher Montana, Montana Youth Apprenticeship Partnership, American Indian College Fund, the Montana Department of Labor and Industry, the Montana School Counselor Association, and MAFSA. We, again, could not make these events happen without all of you and all of these partners supporting this. So thank you for everyone coming together to make this happen. So let's talk about an overview of today. And for those of you counselors who are on this session yesterday, I'm sorry if this is kind of a repeat, but we've got a lot of new folks on the call today. So I want to make sure everybody's on the same page and comfortable with how the format goes for today. So first off, this is a fun interactive gathering. So please don't stress if you're a presenter. This is meant to be fun. Feel free to share some fun highlights of your campus too. We love that. But it's also our first time, you know, so we ask you to have the grace and understanding that if we have some technical issues or I mess up, we're all learning in this. So if you mess up as a presenter, don't worry, just apologize, keep going. Again, we all understand this is a new world for all of us. So lots of grace and patience in this setting today. I do want to announce, I know we talked a little bit for those of you who connected early, that we will be having live chat throughout this entire event. So you will want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on that chat room the entire time, because counselors and students are welcome to, or excuse me, counselors and presenters are welcome to post questions and comments throughout the event. With that, I also want to mention guidelines for today. So there was a question about presentation style and how long can we talk. This is really, really important. Again, we have quite a few folks on the session today and quite a few presenters, that if every presenter goes over 1 minute, that could be an extra hour that we're on the session. So we want to really respect that 3-minute limit and make sure that you stay within your time frame. So make sure that you keep an eye on that as far as presenters go. Counselors, I want to remind you, if you're new to today, you will want to keep an eye on my prompts to sign into the chat. So if you want counselor credit, we will be offering credit for this event and for the few hours that we're here today, but you're gonna need to sign in so we know you're here. And I'm gonna be prompting you throughout today to sign in a few times. So as a practice to get started, if you have not already signed in this morning, counselors, sign into the chat. What you need to do is put your first name, last name, and school. And so I'm going to prompt you a couple times throughout today to sign in. So if you haven't done so already, sign in this morning. Secondly, I want to announce a highlight about tech issues. Again, this virtual world is new to all of us, and knock on wood, hate to even say that we didn't have technical issues yesterday, but we didn't really. So knock on wood, hopefully today we don't have tech issues, but we know we're in a virtual world and it could happen. So I want you all to be prepared now so that if it happens, you don't worry. I think that's the first number one thing is don't panic, don't worry. If all of us disconnected for some reason, not a big deal. What we would do is just take a few minutes. I have a direct link here that you want to remember. So if we all disconnected, you could either go back to my email and just click the process and link, or you could go to this quick link, montanacolleges.com/help, and that will take you to a page that has direct links to reconnect quickly. So feel free to jot that little website down, and in the event that we have technical issues, or if you personally, let's say you personally have some tech issues and your audio is not working for some reason or your video's timing out, feel free to go to that link and you can find and access all the phone numbers to call in, and if that's another option. So again, just want to make sure everybody's on the same page if we have tech issues, so don't worry. Last but not least, want to let you know that all the documents for counselors, for those of you who were here with us yesterday, you already know this, but if you're new to today, all of the documents for today's sessions are at the counselor update page, which is montanacolleges.com/update. That's montanacolleges.com/update. That will get you to all the documents we're going to talk about today. So, all right, let's take a look at a few last reminders before we get started. So let's talk a little bit about how to make today successful. And I know some of you on this session today are pros at Zoom. I know some of you were here yesterday and you heard this, so feel free to zone out if you want. But if you haven't been on this session and you're not super familiar with Zoom, I want to make sure you have the best experience today. So a couple reminders is, first off, is up in this right-hand corner, there's a button that allows you to switch to speaker view. I highly recommend you do that. The other option is gallery view, and the gallery view is hard to watch presentations from. You basically see all 50 people or 100 people, and so we want you to be able to see the speaker who's talking. So if you can switch to speaker view, that will really help. The other thing I mentioned was chat, and so if you're unsure where chat is, it is on your screen in this button that says chat. That's how you access the chat, and then you can just easily post in your questions or comments. And then lastly, I want to mention the mute button. So this is really important as well. We want to keep everybody on mute unless you're presenting. So if you're presenting, you'll unmute yourself and feel free to talk. But if you are not presenting, everybody else will be on mute, and the mute button is here. So that's some quick Zoom tips for you. Other few reminders for counselors, all the links that we're talking about, again, are located at montanacolleges.com/update. If you go to that page and scroll to the event docs section, you'll see all these links. You'll see the counselor update booklet, which is this book that was mailed to you ahead of time. And if you don't have the book in front of you, you're welcome to look at the electronic version that's linked at this button. We also are going to have an evaluation, a credit and refund form. This is for those of you that want OPI credit and or attended yesterday and need to still submit your refund for lunch for yesterday's session. And then a couple other links just for fun, or for good information. So the agenda for today, let's look at that. So obviously we are done with yesterday. Today we are here from 9 to 11. We're going to be going through a grouping of out-of-state colleges in a different breakouts by region. And not necessarily region according to the whole US, but region according to how Montana sits. So when we say surrounding states or western states, that's western to Montana. So all of those breakouts are based on Montana's geographical location. We also have military branches and then many specialized training programs. So excited to have you guys here today. As far as breakdown for actual presentation times, let's take a look at that, because that was a question people were asking, is if we're following the list that I sent out, and we will be following that list. However, I've heard of a couple people who've gotten sick, so cross fingers they're okay, but also a few that just had some complex last minute. So I'm gonna check, because I know right now we're gonna be presenting in these two groups right now. The handful of folks I wasn't sure would be here today, and I'm just gonna check before we get started, is by chance, do we have the US Air Force here today? If you do, please feel free to say hello. I just don't want to miss you in the presentations, but I don't believe you are going to be able to make it, so just wanted to check. I also want to check and see if we have the Navy with us today. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing those two. I didn't think they would be here. And then we have a couple in the secondary block that I want to check with. Central Wyoming College, I think Patrick was not feeling well, so I don't think he made it. Okay, and then Laramie County Community College. Okay, and University of Mary, University of Regina, University of Wyoming. Okay, just wanted to double check before we get started. So we do not have those folks here today, so we will go in the order that is here. So I didn't want you guys to wonder if you were looking at yesterday's schedule. We're gonna kind of skip over those handful of folks that were unable to come last minute. So this will be the presentation order we're in. I'm going to be introducing the next college in between each college and institution. So don't worry, as soon as one institution is done, I will announce the next person, and then you'll have your 3 minutes to talk, and we'll move on from there. That's kind of how the day will go. And then counselors, again, a reminder, feel free to post your questions in the chat throughout today's session. You can post them before, after, and during the presentations, and then institutions, make sure you check the chat throughout to get those questions answered. So that will be the schedule for today. I will come back as we are going to take a break in between the out-of-state surrounding state institutions and the out-of-state Western institutions. So we'll come back and do a check-in with the Western state institutions after the lunch break. All right. Well, with that, then, I want to just remind counselors that there is an electronic evaluation. Both you as high school counselors, but also presenters, you're welcome to access this evaluation and share your feedback as well if you'd like. But we do appreciate everyone's feedback to help make this better from year to year. So you can access, again, the link to this evaluation at montanacolleges.com/update. Just scroll down to the event docs, click the evaluation, looks something like this. You can just leave it up on your phone or your iPad and just flip back and forth between presenters so that you can share evaluation. All right, and then
green machine. Oh, I need my badge.
Oh, I think
I'm coming, Heidi.
Let's see if I can mute everyone. Always happens, right? And then the other reminder is the credit form. All right. So with that, we are going to get started. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we are going to jump right into the schedule of events. Let me grab my schedule. And first, we're starting off with our variety of out-of-state institutions, military branches, and specialized programs. And I'm excited to have you guys here today. Thank you for being here. So we're going to kick it off in alphabetical order. First off is Chadron State College. And so do we have the representative from Chadron State with us today?
Yep.
Hey, good to see you. Well, you have 3 minutes. Thanks for kicking us off today. It's all yours.
All righty. Let me just get my timer going. Okay, so Chadron is located in the northwest corner of Nebraska. We're a town of 5,500 people, so we have a very small town. With that, we also have a small campus. We are only at 2,400 students. They come from 42 different states and 23 countries, so very diverse population. Our freshman class this year was 397 students, so very relatively small. 49 undergraduate programs, average class size of 14, and we have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We're also 46% first generation students. So those are students who they don't have a parent that has completed a 4-year degree. And so with that, we have a lot of extra aid and stuff that is available and different programs that supplement those students. We have 6 different residence halls that range from the traditional residence hall with the communal bathroom, the suite style where they share a bathroom, and then an apartment style where we have 4 private rooms that are connected to a common living space, bathroom, and kitchenette. All of our dorms are co-ed by wing or suite. So we have 50 plus student organizations, and they are always doing something. And so there's plenty of opportunities for students to be involved on campus, which is really great. And our residence life staff is available 24/7 if they need anything. So we are NCAA Division II athletics. An important thing with that is they have to fill out our recruitment questionnaire at shadroneagles.com/recruits, and that will get our coaches in contact with them. Our key degree programs are biology, business, education, rangeland management, and justice studies. And then we are currently test optional for our main scholarship programs. We do have a new scholarship program called the Career Scholarship Program. And with that, they are required to maintain they have to have a 3.0 GPA and at least an 18 on the ACT. And those are for business administration, communication arts, education, justice studies, and rangeland management. And then we have new degree programs in English studies, music theater, and strength and conditioning. So lots of new opportunities for us. And that's my 3 minutes.
Great, thanks Cody, appreciate it. And thank you for the reminder about using your cell phone as a timer, because if you go over your 3 minutes, I'm keeping an eye and trying to keep everyone fair, so I hate to interrupt you. So everyone use your cell phone, that's a great tip. Thanks Cody, and great job. Awesome, all right, well we are gonna move on to our next presenter from Concordia College, Moorhead. Are you guys here today? Oh, I think we were supposed to have them. Well, maybe I'll check back, make sure they're not having technical issues. We'll come back and check. So with that, we're gonna kind of move on. How about Fort Lewis College? Are you here with us today?
I am here, yes,
Hi,
hello.
Shelby.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. All right, do I start my timer now?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Cool. All right, so my name is Shelby. I'm here to represent Fort Lewis College. We are located in Durango, Colorado, which is the southwest corner of our little box state over here. We are a 4-year undergraduate serving institution, so your students can expect to just earn bachelor's degrees here unless they're looking into education. They can get their licensure here as well as student teach. We tend to have really intimate class sizes. You could expect your students to have about 30 students in their class, so it really affords one-on-one time with our faculty. It's not TAs, it's not graduate students that are teaching our classes. They're all faculty that have, the highest degree in their field or years of experience, and you could expect your students to have more mentorship relationships with them than just student to teacher relationships. As an alumni, that definitely rings true for me in my experience here. Typically we have about 3,300 students who attend here. Lots of activities for students to get involved with. If your students love the outdoors and they love Montana, Durango, Colorado is a great way for them to continue that love for the outdoors, that environmental stewardship. Durango really is just a mecca of all things environment and outdoors. We do have, for saving money coming to Fort Lewis, we do have the Native American tuition waiver. We serve about 177 different Native American and Alaska Native villages. So you could expect a pretty diverse student body. That tuition waiver waives the entire cost of tuition for the full year for those students. We are also a Western undergraduate exchange institution. So if your students do come here, they will get 150% of in-state tuition as long as they have a 3.0 GPA or higher. I love Fort Lewis as an alumni. Like I said, it is a very community-based school. You really find a home here, and you really get to explore Colorado in all of its beauty. We live in the San Juans. As you can see behind me, this is just a little screenshot of campus. It is beautiful out here in this corner of Colorado, and with that intimate class size settings, you really get the opportunity to get your hands in on your education. You're doing internships, you're really trying to just get that hands-on experience. So when you graduate, you can go to your master's programs or jobs and have so much to talk about. And because we are mainly undergraduate serving, research, grants, all of that goes right to our undergrads. That's Fort Lewis College.
Awesome. Thanks, Shelby. Thanks for being here. Great. Well, with that, we are going to move on to our next presenter, the Institute of American Indian Arts. Do we have a representative from Institute of American Indian Arts with us today? Might have hit people early this morning. We'll have to come back and check. I'll come back and check, make sure we don't have again them coming in, because I think they were supposed to be here. Well, then that brings us to, I know Dawn is here from the Montana Academy of Salons. So Dawn, it is your turn. Are you ready to go? Sorry to make you go sooner than you probably expected.
Okay, I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, good to see you, Dawn. It's all yours.
Okay, gotta start my timer too, or I'll forget to do it. Okay. So hi, my name is Dawn Zuras. I'm with the admissions department at Montana Academy of Salons. I am also the financial aid assistant as well. I do represent the largest beauty school in Montana. We have a state-of-the-art, beautiful 11,000 square foot facility here in Great Falls, Montana. Exciting news, exciting things we have going on. We are also opening a campus in Helena. Was hoping for it to be the end of this year, but obviously with the world being crazy and COVID, things kind of got shut down a little bit on that. But hopefully by the time your seniors are graduating next year, we will be opening and running in Helena. So we have a couple of different campuses and choices depending on location. So we are extremely dedicated to keeping our students updated, current, and informed on where the industry is now, where the industry is going, what's new, what's trending, what's happening, just so when they do get out in the real world and they are working, they're able to keep up with people who have been doing this career for years and years, and maybe even possibly know more and have better techniques than what they're doing now. So we're super excited about that. We offer several different programs here at our school, so students can kind of customize their education and what they like to do and what they're interested in. So we have barbering, cosmetology, aesthetics, manicuring, and massage therapy. We also have a teacher training program, so those students that go through and really want to just share their knowledge and share their experiences maybe down the road after they've been on their own for a while can always come back and hopefully train and be a teacher for us as well. So we are accredited through NACIS, which gives us the opportunity to offer student loans, Department of Education funding to all of our students. So that does include Pell Grants, student loans, all of that through FAFSA. So we can help afford college and things like that. We also have several in-house scholarships, specifically a senior scholarship, which is fantastic, that I can get out to all those counselors who are interested in that. Is specifically just for high school seniors. It's a $1,000 scholarship right off the bat, so super great things there. We also have a list of other industry scholarships as well, so we can send those out. Those are things that students can be working on now. There are also things that we help students with here. So we are small enough as a beauty school that we do have an educator who's dedicated just to helping students with scholarships and helping with those things as well. So I'm available for tours, both on campus and now virtual tours. I'm kind of getting better at the Zoom virtual tours, so you gotta bear with me on those. But so you can contact me anytime if your students are want to come in, just check it out. Just just see what it's all about, get a vibe, kind of a feeling for what they want to do. I did set up a few presentation slots and one-on-one times for the rest of this week, so that's an option if you guys want to talk one-on-one that way. Or else you can email me, contact me by phone, kind of however you guys prefer, and we can get the information we need to your students. So there's my 3 minutes, so good timing. So I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thanks so much, Dawn. Yeah, and I think we're all learning together in this virtual world, Dawn. You're not alone. So,
We're trying.
right, we all are trying. We're all trying. Well, thank you, Dawn. And thanks, Dawn, for the reminder that all of these colleges, agencies, military branches are offering sessions this week in the virtual fair for students, but also you as counselors. If something today is really exciting to you and you want to learn more, feel free to attend any of those live sessions. And also spread the word to parents too. I know our last virtual event, parents really loved it. So thanks, Dawn, for that reminder. But yeah, lots of other sessions this week too, if you guys want to dive deeper after today. So yeah. All right, well, with that, we're gonna move on to our next presenter. And next we have Montana Conservation Corps. Do we have someone from Montana Conservation Corps with us today? Oh, there you are, Selena. Hey, glad you're still here. It's all yours.
Okay, great. Let me push my start button here. Okay, so I'm Selena. I'm with Montana Conservation Corps. I'm the AD of Recruiting and Admissions. I talk really fast and I have 3 minutes to spit out a lot. So we are technically AmeriCorps. We are for we're kind of everybody, really, every student, really 14 to 18. We have a middle school and high schoolish kind of program where kids can come and work with us for the summer for 4 weeks, and they get a small amount of money to do that as well. But then what that really does is we can become part of AmeriCorps at 18 years old and 18 on up. Ultimately, you can join a crew. You can be part of what is called our individual placement program. Those are for more kids that have actually maybe even got their associate's degree or bachelor's degree and want to continue in the world of conservation. We have an 80% placement rate from those kids that come and do those, basically what we call conservation interns or conservation fellows for the Big Sky Watershed Corps. So we have everything from the gap year kid all the way up, and it's the best part about, I think, Montana Conservation Corps is really we have a lot more than just building conservation. We were justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion before it was cool, or a word even for most people. We've always believed in making people, come together and work on land together, and it's how we build a better culture and a better place. And so that's a huge part, I guess, of who we are. We are in Montana all over. We have 4 regional offices though, one in Kalispell, Missoula, Helena, and Bozeman. We serve areas in Montana, Idaho, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Wyoming. So we probably have hit a lot of you. If we've done work, if you've been on a trail, we've been there. Or we actually take care of noxious weeds. We do water stuff as well. So the last piece is the AmeriCorps award, as after the kids work for a term of service with us, even for a summer, they all get what's called an AmeriCorps award. It's an education award that they can put towards anything. They can go to the Montana Academy of Hair, I just screwed up, Salons, or they can go to any of your colleges with that. And it's pretty amazing. And most of the Montana schools and a lot of other schools in the nation match that award. So it does help a lot of kids find their way and find their money to go figure out what's next in their life. So that's it. Whew, I think I got it done, and I have 27 seconds left.
Good work, Selena. Well, thank you. And I love your bear in your background, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thanks for being here with us today. It's the first time you've been part of this, and so it's really great to hear these updates. You guys have been at some of our fairs, but it's great to hear more about the program. So thank you for sharing today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, while you were chatting, a counselor directly sent me a message asking a question to all the institutions, colleges, agencies, programs who are on today. If you have any specific Montana scholarships or funding options, if you post it in the chat right now when you have a minute, that'd be great. We're just wanting to get a gauge on if you have any specific Montana scholarships or aid that you offer, and if you have any links to that information, feel free to put it in the chat. Thanks, guys. And again, feel free, counselors, institutions, post any questions or comments in the chat. That's open this whole time. So if you have a good question, counselors, I know sometimes you get nervous of posting it. Ask it, because it very well could be that another counselor has it, and it could give you guys as a state lots of resources to help with your students. So if you've got a good question, please share it. We do appreciate it. All right, great job so far, everyone. All right, next we're gonna move on to the Montana Department of Corrections. Are you guys here with us today?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, awesome. Hey, welcome. Well, it's all yours.
Thanks. So my name is Rebecca Bruno, and I am the Talent Acquisition Specialist for the Montana Department of Corrections. So basically what my job is to pair people interested in working in corrections with the proper job for them. We have everything starting from an entry-level law enforcement career at age 18, that if you have a student that maybe their ultimate goal is to work for the sheriff's office, we can start getting them started in our facility with on-the-job experience and just make them a more well-rounded candidate for that position, all the way up to if you're, let's say somebody wants to be an accountant or even a counselor, we kind of have different opportunities to maybe talk to them about their career path, getting into a state job, benefits, retirement, all of those kinds of things, but also planning their path now, before entering into college, and kind of knowing maybe a route that they want to go, or even that opportunity is available to them. As far as the different opportunities that we have available, they're across the state. The opportunities are literally limitless unless somebody's going into something so specific as environmental engineering or something. We can fill a position for them. If you have somebody who has worked on a ranch their entire life and doesn't want to maybe live and work on a ranch in their hometown, we have an opportunity for them. If you have somebody who wants to maybe go into law, we have an opportunity for them. We have lots of different opportunities and internships. I've been really successful with students in the last 12 months with talking to them directly and getting them paired up with a position or somebody in a position and doing some sort of a follow or job shadow on that. So we have a ton of different opportunities available for us. We work a lot with people that aren't sure what they want to do. We do see a lot of people in our organizations becoming non-traditional students or maybe gap year students, and basically finding kind of their path from working in our organization and then wanting to go maybe into criminal justice or criminology. We have investigators, we have therapists, you name it, we have it. And we'd really like the opportunity to speak with you and your students about maybe the potential that they have in our agency.
Great. Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate you being here today.
Yeah.
Great. Well, and while you were chatting, there was a good question that was posted in the chat as well for everyone, so I'll mention it out. The counselors were asking for your contacts, your name, your contact, your email, and phone numbers. So if you guys would be willing to put that in the chat, I will also, counselors, email out. That's a really great question. We don't have individual pages for each of these presenters for you today, but I will email out their contacts afterwards. But I might not have the exact presenter who is presenting today. So if everybody would take a minute and post in the chat at some point your name, your institution, your email, and your phone number, so all counselors have that, that would be great. Great question. And great job, Rebecca. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Well, moving on. Next, we have Prescott College.
Thank you so much. So, hi, my name is Callan Peterson, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Prescott College. I actually lived in Billings for several years, so greetings from slightly warmer Arizona. I would love to connect with anyone who has any questions later, so feel free to message me. I also put my contact information in the chat. So a bit about us. Prescott College is a small private liberal arts school with a focus on social and environmental justice, located in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. We're up in the Bradshaw Mountains, right on the edge of the Prescott National Forest. We're about 65% out-of-state students, and we get several students from Montana every year, typically coming for our partnerships with U.S. Forest Service, National Parks, AmeriCorps, and other partnership programs. At Prescott College, we are a very different school. We cater to a diverse body of self-directed students who are passionate about learning, but know that they're not going to thrive in a big lecture hall setting. Instead, our experiential model puts our students in classes that cap at 20 students and average 14, where students split their class time between Socratic seminars and hands-on field work. Our students are assessed through projects, presentations, papers, and internships, not 200 question multiple choice tests. And as a block schedule school, our students are only in one class at a time for 4 weeks each, allowing for both a greater dive into their topic of study and more time for field work. Speaking of field work, our students are always off somewhere, whether it be locally, working with our various local partnerships, or abroad at one of our field stations in Kino Bay, Mexico, for marine studies, Masailand, Kenya for cultural and regional studies, Telemark, Norway for ecological studies, or one of our many other stations. While Prescott offers a wide variety of areas of study from bachelor's through master's and PhD, our most popular programs are the ones that we are nationally recognized for, particularly environmental studies, sustainability, adventure education, psychology, and counseling, all of which offer full levels of professional certification. In terms of affordability, we are a private school, so our in-state and out-of-state tuition is the same, and we are a non-for-profit institution, so we offer some incredible financial aid, with 99% of our students receiving institutional aid, and our up to $16,000 per year Changemaker scholarship makes us one of the most affordable private colleges around, which has won us several awards for affordability. So if you have any students who you know who are driven and passionate about making a difference in the world, tell them to come check out Prescott College, and I'd love to connect with any of you to set up a virtual visit. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Callan. Appreciate you being here. All right. Great. Well, next on our list is the University of Arizona. Are you guys with us today? Do I see anybody from the University of Arizona? Oh, there you are, Molly. I see you, but you're on mute. We can't hear you. Oh, try it one more time. Now, okay. Oh, for some reason we can't hear you when you unmute. No worries. Why don't you maybe try calling back in?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry, I'm using my phone just in case the internet fails, you'll still be able to hear me. So hi, everyone. My name is Molly Ingram, and I am a regional admissions counselor for the University of Arizona, Arizona's first university and Arizona's only Best Buy university. We are located in Tucson, Arizona's second largest city, which is about 100 miles south of Phoenix and only about 2.5 hours away from Montana by plane. As a large public university, we have about 35,000 undergraduate students that come from all 50 states, as well as 120 different countries. And despite the fact that we are a large public school, we do have a student to faculty ratio of 15:1, and our average class size is under 30. So quite a few students come to our campus for our wonderful academic programs. They do have over 100 different undergraduate majors to choose from, and our 5 most popular programs would include architecture, engineering, which we have 15 different kinds of, nursing, business, the College of Fine Arts as well, and we do have an honors college. So our honors college, a student can study anything at the honors level. The priority application for honors this year is November 16th. So if you have any students interested in honors, definitely tell them to check out our website and fill that out, which I can put into the chat. But a little bit more about our university and our academic offerings. We are a member of the AAU, the Association of American Universities, which, if you're not familiar with, that is an invitation-only organization comprised of 65 universities, including members like Stanford, UCLA, and Berkeley. So we're really proud of the fact that we are at a very high level of research activity. And aside from our academics and research opportunities, we do have quite a few things for our students to get involved in on campus. We are part of the Pac-12 conference for sports, so we play other Pac-12 schools like Stanford, Berkeley, UCLA, and we do have over over 600 clubs and organizations that are related to pretty much any academic, cultural, political, religious, pop culture interest a student has. We also have one of the best programs in the country for students with learning and attention differences called the SALT Center, as well as many other support services on campus to make sure that our students are successful academically and beyond college. Now, our application is rolling admissions, and this year we are not requiring test scores for any admission into any of our selective programs, nor do we require test scores for our merit scholarship, which ranges in value from $1,000 to $35,000 per year for our out-of-state students. So a completed application, students basically will just self-report their grades, tell us about their extracurriculars. We do not require letters of recommendation, and we do not require test scores, as I mentioned. Turnaround time is about 2 to 4 weeks, and I am running out of time, so I will put some more contact information in the chat, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Molly. Thanks for being here today. All right. Next, we have the U.S. Army. I think I saw them on today. Are you guys out there? I thought I saw them earlier today. Well, we'll come back and check at the end to make sure we don't miss them. There's not some technical block or something. How about Weber State University?
I am here.
Hey, how's it going, Jessa? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I'll go ahead and get started then.
Yeah.
Perfect. My name is Joshua Van Sickle. I represent Weber State University. I'm just a counselor here. Some quick things. We're a state public school in Ogden, Utah. Ogden's a population of about 90,000, and we're 40 minutes north of Salt Lake City. Our campus is about 500 acres. We actually are on the side of the mountain in the northern Wasatch Base, and we have about 200 miles of trails just around campus. So we're open enrollment, open opportunity university. So as long as your student graduates high school, they will be accepted into Weber State. Our student population is about 27,000. However, 15,000 of the students are the ones that are not online, so it's a different ratio there. But our average class size is 21 students. In terms of affordability, our out-of-state tuition is $16,288, but we support the WUI, so that quickly can get sent down to $8,651, and that's for fall and spring combined with fees considered. Academic scholarships for out-of-state students can be anywhere from $7,500 to $9,000 a year based on test scores and GPA. Actually, around 57% of our students graduate without any student loan debt, placing us on last year's Forbes Best Value College list, which is kind of a cool accomplishment. December 1st is our priority deadline for scholarships. However, if your student runs into any issues, just let us know and we can accommodate that as well. I don't have enough time to mention our 225 plus different programs we have, but we have 7 different colleges: arts and humanities, education, health professions, business and economics, social and behavioral, science, and engineering as well. But some highlights within those is we're the largest provider of nurses in the state of Utah. It happens to be a top 5 program in the nation. And as a matter of fact, all of our health profession degrees are in the top 10% in the nation as well. A cool thing that we have that gets a lot of out-of-state students is we have a bachelor's in automotive, and we're a top 10 program there too. And we just built a new facility just for them too. For on-campus housing, some common questions is we have 2 styles, suite style and apartment style. I've lived in both, and I liked both as well when I was a student here. No, you do not have to live on campus your first year, but if you do, you get a $1,000 scholarship to take off of your tuition. And yes, our students can bring cars with them if they happen to want to live on campus as well. So that's an option too. I have a little bit of a cushion here by design, but in the chat, I went ahead and put in my email if you want to grab that, as well as a link to schedule a time to meet with me virtually via my You Can Book Me. So if you'd like to get a bunch of these forms and swag sent to your high school for information to your students, let me know and I'll be sending those out to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Jessa. Thanks for being here. And you are not just an admissions counselor. You help students reach their dreams. So you play a big part in this. So thanks for being here. And that brings us to the end of our first grouping. I want to check back on a couple of folks that were supposed to be here that we might have missed. So I just want to make sure we don't miss them. Do we happen to get Concordia College at all? All right, just don't want to miss you if you're out there. How about Institute of American Indian Arts? Okay, and then lastly, I think the U.S. Army. I just wanted to check back we didn't miss anybody. Okay, well, I might check back with them.
Yes, I'm here. I apologize about that.
Oh, you're here, great. Are you with the Army?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Oh, perfect. I was gonna say, I thought I saw you earlier. So great, well, you can have the floor. You get 3 minutes.
Awesome. Can everybody, hopefully everybody can see me. My name is Sergeant Bright. I'm the station commander for the Billings Army Recruiting Station. And then we cover, Montana covers half of the Montana for our recruiting station. And then, and then we also have Wyoming. We have parts in Wyoming that covers half of Wyoming. So we cover a fairly large area. Going over some of the stuff, just to highlight some of it, there's going to be a lot. We have over 150 different careers that people are able to come into. Those careers are going to vary from everything from looking at cook to intelligence, the IT world, medical, engineering, you name it, we pretty much have it. When it comes to college, we're looking at anywhere in between $13,500 for college all the way to a full ride scholarship to any 4-year state credited school, working with $1,000 per year for books. We also have a tuition assistance program where everybody's going to get $4,500 every year to put that money towards college. We also have student loan repayment programs set all the way up to $50,000, and we currently also have bonuses all the way up to $40,000. So there's quite a bit out there. On top of that, you're also looking at medical, dental, completely paid for, or as low as $50 a month to be completely covered as well. We're pretty open to anybody. That part doesn't really matter. It's just coming in, talking. We like to find out what they want to do and help best align for them. And the great thing with it is they will choose what they want to do. And that way it's a career that they actually want to go into. Training and job training are going to be college credit. And then anytime we go off to a leadership school, that it's also going to be college credit that will help transfer over for when they do go to a college. Other than that, there's a lot. I don't want to take up well over 3 minutes talking about it. I will have my contact information in there. I'm welcome to answer any questions that anybody has. I will also have a representative, Sergeant Frederick, who's currently down in Casper with the Wyoming area, and she'll be able to help answer any questions as well.
Great. Thank you, guys. I'm glad we got the Army on, so thanks so much for that update. I know you were kind of cutting out a little bit, so counselors, if you missed something and you have a question, feel free to post it in the chat, and we'll make sure we get that answered for you guys. But thank you, guys. That officially wraps up our first grouping of the variety of out-of-state colleges, military branches, and specialized training programs. So wonderful to have you guys here with us today and part of this virtual fair all week long. Again, all of the presenters today are offering sessions throughout this week for students, parents, and counselors as well. So if you want to learn even more, there's lots of options. And we're just so grateful for you guys coming together to help with us. So big round of applause for our first group. Oh, you did a great job. I know I'm the only one clapping, but I see a few claps around the room. So good job, you guys. Again, I want to remind everyone, feel free to post your questions in the chat. I did notice quite a few of you posted some information about WUI if you have it. I did get a direct question asking if there's any other institutions that offer WUI that haven't posted in the chat that you offer it. Feel free to do that now. That was a really good thing that got pointed out. So great job, you guys. Way to kick us off this first round. With that, that moves us into our second grouping, which is our out-of-state surrounding state institutions. So again, we went off of geographically where Montana is and then our surrounding states. So just so you all know who we're talking about. And that brings us to who's kicking us off first is Bismarck State College. Are you guys out there?
I sure am. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Sure. All right. Thanks for letting us come on. I am Retha Mattern. I'm the admissions director at Bismarck State College, and we have close to 4,000 students from 48 different states who are a part of our campus population. Our campus itself overlooks the beautiful Missouri River that runs right between Bismarck and Mandan, and we have about 6 different residence halls on campus, so there is an opportunity for students to be able to come to BSC and live on campus here. At BSC, our emphasis is really on the experience that our students are going to get. So whether that's the experience of being involved in clubs and organizations on campus, or it could also be the experience they will get as a student through the emphasis on hands-on learning that we have. We have a variety of different program areas that we offer. We offer technical degrees that are Associate of Applied Science. Those range from anything like cybersecurity or the energy programs that support the energy industry, as well as our health science programs. And I want to emphasize too, and invite you if you're curious to check out, we are having a session featuring our medical lab tech programs. We have 4 different sites in Montana where we actually partner with clinics in Montana for students to get that great experience. In addition, we have transfer programs where students can take their general education courses and complete a 4-year degree somewhere else. Our programs are very affordable. Our tuition for a full-time student in Montana who is attending BSC would be about $6,600 per year here at Bismarck State College. We also offer some Bachelor of Applied Science degrees. We're expanding to become a polytechnic institute, and what that means is we're going to be offering those bachelor's degrees that are focused on technical programs to kind of build on the associate degree experience. So we have a couple of those right now. We're adding some more next year and continuing to grow beyond that. So if you have students who are interested in like a Bachelor of Applied Science in Energy Management, we would be a great place for that kind of a program. We deliver our programs both online and on the BSC campus. So for students who maybe were worried about moving that far away from home to start out, we do have a lot of opportunities for online students. It also gives students an opportunity to start on our campus, and especially in those technical programs, they can find a job and they can go and start in the workforce while still completing their program online. So there's a lot of flexibility that we offer. We have a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. Our class sizes are small. We don't have large lecture halls. You're not going to have more than about 20 students in any of our class, and many of our technical programs are limited enrollment to make sure that our students can get that great experience. With that, I'll wrap it up and invite you to come visit some of our one-on-one sessions or check us out to learn some more that we have to offer.
Great. Thanks so much, Retha. Good to see you and great to have you part of this week. All right, next on our list is Dickinson State University, and I think I saw them on. So Dickinson, it's your turn. Are you out there? Hey, good to see you. It's all yours.
All right. So my name's Megan Robinson. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Dickinson State. Some kind of updates, I guess, for you guys. We have about 1,400 students, but we keep our class sizes pretty small, about a 12:1 student to faculty ratio. We have more than 75 programs for students to choose from. We range from certificates all the way up to, we have 3 master's programs. We offer online classes, we offer in-person classes, and we partner with our friends Bismarck State for a lot of classes in Bismarck as well. So some of our large majors are teacher education. We started as a normal school, so we're pretty big with teachers. Our business, our School of Business is excellent, as well as some unique programs in ag, criminology, nursing. I believe, hopefully, you guys should have gotten counselors an email from Claire Schaffet. She is our Montana recruiter, and she sent an email out with all of our programs. If you have any questions on those, please let us know. We have an exciting news of a tuition change that started for this fall. Montana students now receive in-state tuition. So with your tuition and your fees for, let's say, a 15 credit semester, you're under $10,000. You're at about $9,100 per year for a Montana student to attend Dickinson State. We have, let me see, our presidential scholarship awards are going really well. The qualifications are a 3.25 GPA or a 22 on your ACT or an 1100 on your SAT. So lots of options there. If you didn't take the ACT or SAT as a student, that's okay. We are waiving it this year from the state board, but you still have an opportunity to get that award through your GPA. That is $1,600 per year, and that's another update for this year. There's no limit on it. So every student that would qualify will get it. They just get that through their admissions application. And so with those presidential scholarship awards, we have our honors program with scholarships, lots and lots of other departmental scholarships available to make going to college a little more affordable for students. We have live meetings coming up this week. We have lots of one-on-one sessions available. We have some, I believe at least 2 each day, live sessions with the recruiters. On Friday morning, October 30th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, we are going to have some DSU students on our live session. So if you want to hear from actual students, that's going to be the time to join us. And with our last few seconds, if you want to call or text Claire, our Montana recruiter, her number is 701-354-4204. We'll post that in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Megan. Good to have you guys here. Awesome. All right. You guys are doing a great job. Thanks, everyone. Next on our list, we have North Dakota State University. Are you guys with us today?
Hello.
Oh, hey, Jade. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks. Just to get started, my name is Jade. I'm an admission rep for NDSU, which is actually a student internship position. So I'm also a student here, so I know quite a lot about NDSU. Just some quick facts. We are located on the North Dakota-Minnesota border in the southeast kind of corner of North Dakota. We have roughly 11,000 undergraduate students, and we offer over 100 different major programs, and we have a student to faculty ratio of 16:1. And we also have a 93% success rate with students going on either for a career or further education. Some important updates for NDSU: our housing application is open, and also our scholarship application currently open for admitted students. And we are waiving the ACT for admission to NDSU, so you don't need to have an ACT or test score on hand. That being said, we've also adjusted our merit-based scholarships that are available to any and all students that apply if they meet the criteria. Our website's gonna represent those changes, hopefully by the end of the week, but we do have some merit-based scholarships that are solely on GPA. And then we do have merit-based scholarships that are a combination of GPA and ACT score if they choose to submit that as well. And then another thing we just launched is we are doing little Connect with Counselor meetings with students and parents, counselors. So if you guys want to do that, you can head over to our website and just schedule meetings with me. Otherwise, Paige Johnson is the direct admission counselor for Montana students. And then we also have a lot of virtual visit options if you aren't able to come to NDSU. We just created a self-guided tour app that you can take and personalize to you and your students. We also offer group visits where you'd get an admission presentation and also get to meet with some current students and have them walk you through a virtual tour of campus. So lots of opportunities there. But that's pretty much all we got here at NDSU.
Great. Thanks, Jade. Appreciate it. While Jade was talking, I did get a direct question asking, and this was asked of the institutions yesterday as well, is what are you doing for COVID-19 right now for your current semester, but also next semester? And then we'd love to know if you're doing a hybrid of virtual or if you're fully virtual. So if you have a chance, whatever your program is and your impact of COVID-19, what you guys are doing right now for your programming and what you're planning to do for the spring, if you could put that in the chat for each of the institutions on today. And if you have a link on your webpage that talks about it more, if you guys want to post that, that would be great. That was a question that came up yesterday and again today. So obviously everybody wants to know what everybody's doing and how we should be sharing that with students right now. So thank you guys for doing that. All right, well, let's keep going. So next on our list, we have the University of Idaho, and I think I saw you guys out there. Hey.
Yeah, I'm right here. So let me,
good to see you.
Always good to see you, Amy. I love your smiley face and hear your voice every morning.
Oh, thank you. Well, I can't not be happy seeing all of you guys and hearing these great updates. I'm learning so much. So thanks, Matt. It's all yours.
Great, thank you. So Matt Johnson, Associate Director, of Admissions here at the University of Idaho. So greetings to all of you. Just a little bit about the University of Idaho. We're located in Moscow, Idaho, not Moscow. So Moscow, we spend a lot of time correcting people from out of the state. But Moscow, Idaho is in northern Idaho, just on the west side of the Rockies. So it's really kind of in a perfect location if you're an outdoorsy type person. And then it kind of leads into some of the research stuff I'll talk about. But we're kind of right-sized, right location, about 12,000 students, 9,000 undergrad. The other 3 would be PhD candidates or master's students. 10 different colleges, so whatever you might want to study, I'm sure that we have it. We have 96 different majors. 18-to-1 faculty-to-student ratio or student-to-faculty ratio. So again, even with that large size, we have pretty good settings for education to happen with the professors. We are a residential campus, so freshmen are required to live on campus. Obviously, that can be waived, but we do that through a fraternity, sorority, Greek system, or resident halls. Many different options there. And then also, I'd like to say that we're the land-grant institution for the state of Idaho, actually older than the state. We've been around for 130 years, so we have a responsibility to ensure that we're doing the research and the academic rigor that's needed for not just the state, but really for the region. More things that are the same at the University of Idaho. So we are open for in-person class. We're doing that kind of a high flex, some virtual, mostly in-person classes, different class sizes in response to COVID. We are also open for campus visits, so you can come visit, certainly during the day. And then also another thing that has remained the same is our WUI. So we are full WUI, no caveats. If you're admissible to the University of Idaho, then you get that scholarship for all 4 years that you're here. What's different about the University of Idaho this year with COVID is that we are test optional. So ACT, SAT is not necessary for this next year. Admission of 6 GPA, you're automatically admitted. And I had mentioned with COVID, we are doing kind of a high flex delivery. So it's a mix of being in person and then being virtual. And then another kind of really cool thing, U.S. News and World Report announced this year that we were ranked best in the West for value for public institutions. So that's really cool, third best in the nation for public universities. So return on investment here is high. So that is my time, and go Vandals. Thanks.
Thanks, Matt. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, great. Well, next on our presenter list is Western Wyoming Community College. Are you guys out there?
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good to see you.
Great. So I'm going to start my timer here, and thank you for having me on today. I just wanted to talk about really cool things. Western Wyoming. I apologize for the mask. I'm currently at a high school virtual fair, or high school in-person fair. So Western is located in Rock Springs, Wyoming. We have about 3,500 students on our campus. We're 2.5 hours away from Salt Lake City, Utah. A couple of really cool things. Our application is free to apply any day, any days out of the year. Free admissions application. WUI is also given to any out-of-state student from the Western United States that comes. Students do not have to apply for it. If they come, they get the WUI scholarship, and that's a really cool thing, and it saves them a ton of money not coming with those out-of-state costs that come with that. Western has out-of-state academic scholarships for students that have a minimum ACT of a 19 and a 2.5 GPA. We have scholarships available for all of those students. It helps kind of really shave down that amount of that students will be paying to come to Western. The total for a WUI student from Montana would look at about $11,182 a year, and that's counting housing, tuition, fees, books, and supplies. So everything about $11,000, which is very affordable, okay? But those scholarships really do cut down a lot of that cost. We have an April 1st deadline, which is a very late deadline to apply. We have 7 styles of housing, which is unique. Students do not share communal bathrooms. We have suite styles, semi-private units, apartment styles, every type of style of housing for every type of student, which is really cool as well. We do have nationally ranked athletic programs. Our men's basketball team won the Region 9 tournament for the NJCAA last year. Our wrestling program was ranked #2 in the country. And we've had #1 nationally ranked wrestlers in their weight classes, which has been really cool as well. I did want to just really say right now, one of the biggest things is our campus is open. You feel free to come down for campus tours. You can virtually meet with me. But I do want to say that we are inviting anyone to come to campus. We give out free t-shirts. You can eat at our Mitchell's Dining Hall, all you can eat options. I'll pay for your students to come and actually enjoy a college life experience at Western Wyoming. Once again, my name is Curtis Wilkinson. I'm the Director of Admissions. I'm a good person to know. I can get your students in and allow them the chance to apply for free, come visit campus, and have a good time doing it. So I just want to thank you for the time today, and I will post my information here in the group chat. So thank you so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Curtis. Thanks for being here and making it happen even while you're at a high school visit. All right. Well, that brings us to Westminster College. Are you guys out there?
Yep. Hi.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you so much for everything.
Oh, thanks for being here.
My name's Alexa Price. I'm Assistant Director of Admissions at Westminster in Salt Lake City, Utah. Westminster is a private, comprehensive liberal arts college where students benefit from multidisciplinary learning in an atmosphere dedicated to civic engagement. We're test optional this year and moving forward with a free application and 2 options to apply. We have an application right on our website as well as an application through the Common App. Our total enrollment is about 2,200 students, and about half of our students are from out of state. 99.6% of incoming first-year students received financial aid or scholarship last year. And as a private school, we offer the same tuition as well as generous scholarships and need-based aid for both in-state and out-of-state students. Westminster has a close-knit, supportive community, and our average undergraduate class size is about 15. So you get to know each other well, and you're surrounded by people that care about you and provide the resources that you need for success. We're a teaching-first institution, so that means all of our professors are here because they love teaching and because they care about students. We've got over 50 programs and majors. The most popular majors are nursing, finance, psychology, and biology. And 85% of students participate in internships or research by the time that they graduate. So here in Salt Lake, you can intern for a tech startup, a local nonprofit, or a large corporation. And you can end your day enjoying a nearby canyon. We've got the benefits of a large city, but then hiking trails just 10 minutes from campus. And we've got 10 ski resorts within an hour's drive. For students interested in research, Westminster offers some really incredible undergraduate research opportunities. The NASA Space Grant Program is funding some biology projects at the Great Salt Lake, which is also quite close to campus. And students can join existing projects or start them in their own areas of interest. An interesting fact about Westminster is that every other fall semester, Westminster offers the opportunity to participate in the expedition, which is where students and professors load books, camping gear themselves into vans for a semester-long road trip in the West to 8 states, including Montana. It focuses on history and environmental studies, but it's open to students of all majors. It's a great example of the life-changing learning experiences that Westminster offers, and a Westminster education isn't just about landing the right career, it's about creating a meaningful life. So thanks so much for your time. I'll put my information in the chat, and please feel free to reach out to me or any of the wonderful admissions reps here anytime. We're here to support you, and we really appreciate all of the hard work that you do. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Alexa. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Well, that brings us to wrap up our second grouping. And before we leave, I do want to just check because I know there were a few we missed, and I just want to make sure they didn't join in. Did I miss anybody in the first or second group that happened to join in late? Any colleges, institutions?
Willamette is here.
Oh, hi, Sue. You guys are in the last group, so we haven't got there quite yet. So we're just finishing up our first two groupings this morning, and I think we got most everyone. I just wanted to do a quick check. So Sue, we will get you guys, and then this upcoming group. I know we had quite a few of our Western states join in, and will be part of our final grouping this afternoon, or this morning, not this afternoon yet, but this morning. And so Sue, you'll be in that group. But anybody else in the first or second group that joined in late that we missed, I just want to make sure. All right, okay, good deal. Well, while you guys were presenting the first two groups, first off, round of applause for the second group. You guys did awesome too. I see people shaking hands. So I know you can only really hear me, but everyone else is clapping too. Great job. Really wonderful to have you here today. I really am learning so much myself, even though I've worked with many of you for many years at the live fairs. I've learned some over the years, of course, but I'm learning so much today. So really excited to have you guys here today. And I know our counselors are as well. And so I had a couple questions that came from counselors to me that I wanted to mention to everyone. And I now know that we have our Western states on as well. So it's a great time to ask these two questions because they're important ones. Is if each of you from the institutions who are on today, if you would post in the chat if you have a virtual tour of your program online, a link to it, again, put the name of your campus and then the link, that would be wonderful. Counselors are asking me that. And then the other question I wanted to bring up was, any campus visit programs you have virtually as well coming up, if you have open houses or if you're doing any events and you have a page on your website that links to that, if you put that in the chat as well. Those two things came up. And then lastly, another important one is financial aid deadline, your priority financial aid deadline, if you would add that in the chat as well. We are sharing this chat report out to all the counselors afterwards, so they will get this and be able to utilize it later as well. So thank you for everyone answering those questions. In this moment, what we're going to do is I'm going to open it up for any other questions counselors have. I'd love you to post it in the chat. For time's sake, we're not going to open it up verbally right now, but I would ask counselors if you have any questions for this first two groupings that we've presented in, please post it in. They're going to stay on officially until about 10:30 to answer any last questions, but you'll want to get those questions in the chat. Then the first two groups are going to hop off. Of course, any colleges that want to stay on for the whole thing, you're welcome to stay for the whole time. But officially, they agreed to stay till 10:30. So counselors, make sure you get your questions posted in the chat if you have any questions for these first two groups that have presented today. Great job, everyone. With that, I do want to make a few announcements, and then we're going to take a quick 10-minute break and come back and do our last grouping of out-of-state colleges directly for our Western state institutions. So what I'd like to do is first off is ask all the high school counselors. We're going to do a sign-in right now. So everybody sign in by putting your name and high school so we know you're here. That's for you if you're going to get OPI credit, renewal unit credit for today's sessions. We need to have you sign in. So all counselors, for quick check-in, we're doing your sign-in. And then again, just a reminder, we have these first two groups on for another 10 minutes at least. So post your questions to them now as well. With that, we are going to take a 10-minute break and then come back. So if you need to get some more coffee or tea, which I do, run and do that, use the restroom, whatever you need to do. We're going to come back and do our last group of Western states in 10 minutes. So we are at 10:17 now. If everybody would come back and be ready and connected, ready to go at 10:30, we'll be right on the mark. So with that, everyone take a break. Great job, first round. You guys did awesome. Thanks, everyone. And thanks for your support of Montana students. We'll see you at 10:30. Thanks, everyone.